It's the 2025 AIG Ireland Moynihan Cup final. The holders are ATU Sligo. This game is a Dublin derby. TU Dublin against DCU. DCU in the yellow in the huddle there over to our left, and TUD away over to our right. I'll give you the teams as quickly as I can, starting with the team you're looking at, DCU. In goals, Emily Heavey from Clonard and Meath. 2, Roisin Lennon from Donamoyne and Monaghan. 3, Rian McGrath from Killoe in Longford. 4, Ellen Canavan for Masters in Donegal. 5, Shog Riley from Arva and Cavan. 6, Cueva Boyle, Staban and Parnells in Louth. 7, Tori Foster from St Patrick's in Meath. Their midfield at number 8, Shauna Hagan from Dramard in Longford, with Anya Smith, number 9 from Crusherlock in Cavan. Captain is the Donegal girl from Buncrana, Caitlin Rose Doherty at number 10. 11, Catherine Ahern from Drumgoon in Cavan. 12, Emma Hickey from St Bridget's in Laois. Niamh McCorry, another Cavan girl from Butler's Bridge at 13. 14 is the vice captain, Alana Boland, scored a great goal in the semi-final to get them here from St Columkills in Meath. And then 15 is Ava Harmon from Tinnahealy in Wicklow. TU Dublin, let's have a quick look at them. Ava Canty from Fingallions in Dublin is in goals. They have 5 dubs in the starting 15, although there may be a late change, we'll see in a minute. 2, Brenna O'Neill from Castle Gregory and Kerry. 3, Ava Horey from St Conleth's and Laois. 4, Kiva McGowan from Nafena in Dublin. Louise Cohen is the vice captain from Galway. At 6, Leah Greer from Devlin and Westmeath. 7 is Lily Dwyer from Navan, same club as the captain. And at number 12, Charlie Murray, Navan O'Mahony's. At midfield, they've Sophie Kinnan from Raheny at number 8. Number 10 is Ava Peake from the same club. 9 is Bridget Riley from Drumahair in Leitrim. 11 is Shannon Russell from Erin's Isle, another dub. And as I say, Charlie Murray is at 12, the captain. 13, Ciara O'Malley from Galway, the same club actually as Louise Cohen. She was the captain last year. They're from Kilconnelly and Galway. And 14 is Ava McCall from Kingscourt Stars in Cavan. 15 is Sarah Mackin from Columkills in Longford. So I make it 5 dubs for TU Dublin. 1 from Kerry, 2 Meath, 2 Galway, 1 Laois, 1 Leitrim, 1 Longford, 1 Westmeath, 1 Cavan. And the referee is Eddie Cuthbert, and on the lines below me, Shane Curley, and on the far side, Ray Matthews. So all set to go with Eddie Cuthbert in purple to throw us in for the Moynihan Cup final, sponsored this year by AIG Ireland, and it's DCU in the yellow, playing from left to right, and that's a brilliant ball into the path of Niamh McCorry. Super player, she's had a great season so far with Cavan, and she's laid it off, and do you know what, there was a goal on there, but she was probably wise just to take the point. But it's a point after what, that must be 10 seconds or so. That's a great start for DCU, and it was indeed. Niamh McCorry, the Cavan girl, involved with the ball from midfield and laid it off, and a really tidy finish. And as I say, probably the wise option to take the point by Ava Harmon from Tinnahealy. So 1 point to no score already for DCU. They have struck the first blow in the Dublin derby. I was telling you about the breakdown of players. Well, Meath have 3 in the DCU team, and Cavan have 4. 2 Donegal, 2 Longford, 1 Monaghan, 1 Laois, 1 Louth, 1 Wicklow. Good spread all over the country. This is number 9, Bridget Riley, the girl from all the way up there in Drumahair in Leitrim. For the girls in the dark jerseys, the navy jerseys, that is TUD, and they might get in behind here. That's a decent ball, and there's 2 of them there, and you see 24 in there grabbing that ball, so a late change definitely there. As the lights are on here, but still seems a little bit dark, certainly on that far side for me to try and see, but I think it was 24 for TUD, and I'll double check the programme and my notes for the 24 for you for TUD. And there is, I think it's Katie Chambers. That must be Katie Chambers from Westport in Mayo. But we are on the live chat on YouTube, and that's where you can tell me if I'm wrong. Alright, feel free to leave a comment there. Maybe you know better than me, but that's always what you get at this level. There's a bit of changing around, but Katie Chambers, I was named at number 6 in the match programme, but I'm told now that she is 24, so I think that's Katie Chambers out there from Westport. So she's in from the start for TUD, who, as you've seen, have just equalised. There's a 19 out there I've spotted now for DCU, and that is Meg Nasculla from Trim and Meath. So DCU with another player in there that I'm just going to make a note of and keep an eye on the game as Ava Harmon spreads the play to Anya Smith, and now they come out to the girl I'm talking about, Meg Nasculla, or Scully, it may be. And she, as I say, is from Trim. Not the first player today at this competition from that club. We've had 2 live streams already today. DCU actually won the first of them, the AIG Ireland HEC Cup, and then we had the Lagan Cup final that went to extra time. So a fantastic festival of football over here in Belfast over the 3 days, and we're hoping for another cracker here tonight under lights in the Dub Arena. And this is a girl from Trim again, slipping it forward to Harmon. Meath and Wicklow linking up, and they just will come all the way back out because TUD have sat in there. They're trying to keep them outside the scoring zone, so the trick then is to move the ball quickly and accurately across the field to drag them from side to side. But it's a little bit central at the minute. They need a runner. Here comes the runner for DCU. It takes someone maybe to take charge and have a go from distance. At the minute they're just passing it around to see if they can get an angle where they can get a little bit closer, but TUD being very disciplined and they all know their job there, so they're forcing them to rethink. Shug Riley is number 5 there, and so not much really happening here. It's a bit of a cat and mouse thing. Now they go a little bit closer. Well, she got a point a minute ago. Is she going to get a second? Then as soon as you go in there, you get eaten up by 3 or 4 challenges. But they may now have dragged it enough, have they? Ball drops. But Riley now with the kick, and that's well blocked by the other number 5. 5 on 5. It was Louise Cohen with the block for TU Dublin. So their defensive pattern has worked back there. And I see a 26 there as well for TUD. And in the match programme, they only go as far as 23. That's an interesting one, but I did get some notes just before the game that may have the answer. Let me see if I can work that one out for you as we follow the game as well, as it comes out to Eva Horry for TUD Dublin, number 3. And this is Cohen again, vice captain of the team. And the Galway girl does well. I thought that was going to go over the line, but she did well to keep possession under pressure from Ahern. And going through the middle now, that is Bridget Riley, number 9, and this is shot at for a point. It's dropping short. I think that was Russell. It was indeed Shannon Russell. So a 26 out there, and no, I was given a new sheet before the game with all the changes, and there's still not a 26 there that I can see, and yet TUD have managed to play and start the game with a number 26, so I don't know who the 26 is. Yeah, she's over in the middle there with the bandage on her right leg, so I don't know who that is. Maybe you can tell me as the game progresses. That's an interception again by Cohen. She's been busy. .23 is Anya Bresnan. I do know that much for TUD. Anya Bresnan. And she was in the programme as 23. Yeah, she's right. She's from Oliver Plunkett's. Anyway, back with the play. DCU doing most of the pressing. That's their captain, Doherty. We come out now to the middle of the field, and it really is a cat and mouse game. TUD sitting very deep and just drifting from side to side to try and nullify the attacks. But there's a good ball in from Alana Boland, and they may have created something here. There's a little bit of room. That's good play, in fact, and there might even be a goal. Oh, it's come off the post. Very unlucky at the far side. Well, he ripped through that defensive rigid rear guard there, and a little bit unlucky at the finish. .24 is Katie Chambers from my reckoning for TU Dublin there. 23 you see in the shot as well, Anya Bresnan. TUD now trying to break out themselves. 1 point each in the early stages. A cagey start to this Dublin derby, as you might expect. Dublin derby with the captain there putting it forward. Number 12 is the girl from Meath, Robin Murray's twin sister, Charlie. Right, here's a chance for DCU to break and get through. A nice burst of pace as well from Ava Harmon, and she leaves it off. This is great pace. Well, this is one way to go through the blanket defence, and she's still going soccer style, and the referee has brought her back. And I'm sure she would have loved to keep going, and certainly their managers back there were pleading for that to be let go, but the referee blew rather quickly there, and that's going to be a free in. Should still get a point out of it though. So feel free to leave a message there on the live chat, and especially if you can tell me who the 26 is for DCU. I'm going to ask around here to see if anybody else knows. We'll maybe find that out for you if you don't know. Put over the bar nicely by Niamh McCurry. So the kickouts will be taken by Eva Canty. She's from Fingallians in Swords there in Dublin. Takes a 1-2. Being very cool, calm and collected back there. Excuse my pause there. I'm just sending an email trying to get that information for you. We'll get there in the end. It's a pity sometimes that these things happen when you're on commentaries here. I hope you're able to follow it. I'm trying to follow the ball and trying to work out all the players, but even though there's match programs and event programs here, there's still a lot of changing around, and we don't normally get the information until the very last minute. 10 again, the captain, Caitlin Rose Doherty, trying to drive her team forward now that they lead 2-1. 19 again, the girl from Trim, Megan Scully. And it's the familiar pattern that we've seen already with TUD sitting in and DCU trying to probe and trying to get an angle. And Scully involved again, and Harmon involved again. She's been very busy. And the kick over to the side, but it's going to be tricky to score from there. In fact, tricky just to keep it in. She just manages. Anya Smith from Crusher Lock. Good running by her to come inside. Now if they can get it to the shooters, well, she fancies it from there, but it's a fair distance out and drops short from Ahern. Easily taken by Canty. This is more like you would see at O'Connor Cup level, when the teams all sit in with a very rigid structure and try to draw the other team in and then transition and turn over and get up the pitch that way. Whereas the two games earlier today were much different than that. Very open games. There wasn't rigid structures like that. This is Ava McCall, number 14, and then the kick again from the number 11, and that's two kicks she's had. One dropped into the keeper's arms and one has gone left. So quite a tame start to the game, that has to be said. And the kick out, the press on from DCU. So Emily Hebe goes long and does well. Finds one of her teammates in the middle of the field. And now Harmon again to Shauna Hagan. The Longford connection. She's from Dromard. Hand in there by Louise Cohen again. She's been the most influential defender so far, without a doubt. And that's well taken by Anya Bresnan. She's from Oliver Plunkett's in Dublin. Nice elusive play there to release the number 24, Katie Chambers. And the Mayo girl does well. Good lively play for TUD, but they're certainly being a little bit restricted. They're not getting loads of players forward. Lots of the players still sitting around the middle of the field, but they might have enough there to get a score. And now they're going to come back out and use them. So very cautious. Cohen will probably come to this side because there's a lot of room over here for Brenna O'Neill from Castle Gregory, same club as Ciara Butler, who was the captain in the earlier game we had at 2 o'clock. That was the Lagan Cup final. She was with TUS Midwest. In fact, in the last final you had Mary Kate Lynch on the sideline. She was from Summerhill and was a midfielder in the other team from the same club, so that's what you get at this kind of tournament. That's nicely laid off, and it is Sarah Mackin with a chance. Keeper had to watch that one, and there might even be a chance in the rebound, and it goes wide. That was a chance, a half a chance for TUD. They just probed and nearly got a reward after being very patient. The last kick out went very long. Where's this one gonna go? Long again, looking more or less the same side, but it's actually gone straight to the opposition, and a chance here for TUD to get a score. Moving it quickly through the hands, and I think that was Russell again. She's had 2 goes. Is it third time lucky? It is. Good score for TUD to level things at 2 points each. I'm pretty sure it was Russell, the number 11, who got it. Now the kick out went straight to TUD. She wouldn't want to do that again. Maybe she'll switch sides this time, but TUD marking zonally. And it worked, but it worked the last time. It hasn't worked this time. They allowed DCU to get it short. That's Russell applying the pressure on Roisin Lennon. But the girl from Donamoyne does well. Now the Scully. Pacey play from her. Being followed by Ava Peake, but doing really well and carrying it forward and getting it as far as Caitlin Rose Doherty. The captain gets it back to Tori Foster from St Patrick's in Meath. Lots of room now, and they're dragging the Navy jerseys across the field, but a little bit of a loose solo there. Ends up in her getting a free, but a little bit fortunate. And they're going to put this down and try and put it over from there. Easier said than done. It's well outside the D, between the D and the 45, and you often find when players play at a new venue, they drop it short. They don't quite get the distance. We'll see what she can manage. Gives it a good dig, plenty of height anyway. That looks decent, but it's dropping short, I think, and palmed over the bar from inside the square, and that is given. So it's a 3-2 situation now, and many thanks to Johnny McGee. He tells me number 6 is Elise Jameson Murphy from Nafena in Dublin. Excellent, thank you very much for that. So I'm trying to check, actually. Yeah, she's not even named in the programme at all, and I know that name. So 26. Excuse me while I take a second to write those 3 names. But we are still following the play in TUD. That's clever play. They're trying to get through the congestion in the middle and release a few players. Tough tackling coming in, and the referee didn't appreciate that one. Neither did the player, I'm sure. So I gave you the breakdown of counties at the start, but it's sort of fallen by the wayside a little bit. There were 5 dubs in the initial starting 15. This is Ava McCall from Cavan. Subs now, or rather the players with subs numbers who actually are starting. 1 from Nafena, 1 from Westport, 1 from Oliver Plunkett's from Dublin. So maybe we end up with more than 5 from Dublin. This is Bridget Riley. Good strong play in the middle of the field, but a lot of yellow jerseys back there, and that clever hand pass across might end up in a score, but Russell is blocked down. Can they still get a score out of it at the end of all that? I think that's gone to the right, and it has indeed gone wide. I think the block was by Rian McGrath, the Longford girl. But that's certainly plenty of chances for Russell. That's 4 chances she has had. She scored 1 point, and it's 3-2. Pretty low scoring with plenty of goals in the earlier games. That's a better kick out, and well read by Anya Smith to take it in her stride. If they can get in behind here. Yeah, a lot of players committed to the attack, and the ball moved very quickly up to the full forward area for DCU, so unusually they have a bit of space. Now she got that on target. That's a tricky one, and it's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. That was from the full forward Alana Boland, who, as I say, scored a brilliant goal, a rocket of a goal apparently, that saved DCU in the semi-final to get them here. They lost the league semi-final by a point, but I think it stood to them. They've come back from there. I mean, I was talking to somebody from Queen's earlier on, and they lost to a team, or though they beat the team twice here today. They were so unlucky not to make it, but it's all about the business end, isn't it? This is good play, and this girl has been really lively at the start, and again showing good pace. And the Scully is through 2 tackles. That's brilliant play, and leaves it off, and she gets advantage, and it's going to be brought back, and that's good advantage played by Eddie Cuthbert. Waited to see if something accrued, and it didn't. So a chance, and the last one ended up in a point. Let's see if they can do that again. Feel free to leave me a message on the live chat there on the YouTube. It's the AIG Ireland Moynihan Cup final. TU Dublin in the navy against DCU in the yellow. First time ever DCU have been in the Moynihan final, by the way. been in plenty of the finals, and they're always well represented at these competitions, so a little bit of a surprise that they might end up with a goal. Oh, it's blasted over when it looked like it might go under. A dive from the goalkeeper, Eva Canty, may have put her off, but that's 2 now from similar situations, 2 frees, and they both ended up in points, and both could have been goals. So it's 4-2 now for DCU. Candy with the kick out, and she goes long. It's well picked up for DCU though by Shauna Hagan, and now there's plenty of room for Harmon, who's been everywhere. She got the first score, and she's going to get another one though. She's forced left, and it was good defensive work. Now this gets more confusing. I've been told by Johnny McGee that 26 is Elise Jameson Duffy. Now I have someone else tell me it's Hazel Grady. What do you do? What do you do? There's no Hazel Grady in the match programme either. So 26 could be one of 2. I've had 2 variations. It's Hazel or Elise for TUD. That's her on the ball. Hazel or Louise. Or Elise. All the way back to the goalkeeper. Now they try the other side, because the press is on. But Branna O'Neill, Kerry girl, does well to get it to the dub from Rahini. Both teams giving each other a lot of respect. I'm sure they know each other very well at this point. And they both play a similar game. It's pretty apparent early in the game. They kind of nullify each other. Great fit players and pace and skill. And look at this. Great work by Bresnan. And that's Riley filtering it through to McCall. That's a Cavan connection there. Very congested in there, but a ball over the top, and there's actually a goal on here. Goalkeeper does well. The DCU keeper, Emily Heavey from Clonard and Meath, came out and saved, made herself big there and saved with her legs. And it looked like it was going to be a certain goal. And it's a free out now for DCU. So DCU won the HEC Cup final. Started midday here at Queen's up in another pitch. And then UL won the Lagan Cup final after extra time, managed by Mary Kate Lynch, the Meath player. So 1 cup today for Limerick and 1 for Dublin, and there's certain to be another one for Dublin. Alana Boland takes it nicely in her stride and spins away and tries to get a bit of room and lays it off really nicely. She drew quite a few players in there and made room for Niamh McCorry, but her shot has gone to the left and it's gone wide. The Moynihan Cup, by the way, first presented and played for in 2016, named after Con Moynihan, who is the current Vice Chair of the Higher Education Council for ladies football, and he is here tonight. Cool and calm at the back again for DCU. Back to the goalkeeper, and now she becomes a sweeper keeper, but runs into trouble. Still remains cool, and the referee lets that go, and that's good advantage again. Russell now very busy with the blue boots, and boy are they moving fast. Look at the pace. Lays it off though, and a boot goes in it, and the referee says that was dangerous play, so it's going to be a free out for DCU. So just checking again on the live chat. You're all a bit quiet there. I'm not seeing any comments on there. Feel free to let me know you're there, or you're enjoying the coverage, which has been provided on the Ladies Football National YouTube channel. Referee plays advantage, or plays on there rather, no foul. And we're delighted to be bringing this live stream to you, the third today. There's 3 tomorrow as well. What a brilliant ball. Well, it's all about exhibiting the superb skills of these young players, and there's a perfect example, and that was the captain, Caitlin Rose Doherty from Buncrana in Donegal, scoring for DCU to give them a 3-point lead now, 5-2. Canty does well to pick out Bridget Riley. And that one's gone astray though. DCU gobble that one up, and they will come again. As they've opened up a 3-point lead and playing with a lot of confidence. That's a high one, but it's accurate enough. And Boland, tall player in front of her player, gets away. Held up in the end by O'Neill. This is Harmon. Oh, and that's a great ball in behind. There's a goal chance here for DCU. They've had a few half-goal chances. That was another one. They keep taking their points to keep the scoreboard ticking over, and that makes it 6-2. But they've definitely had a sighting of goal more than once. Message coming in from Aisling Ennis. Thank you, Aisling. Says, come on, you TUD. So support there for the girls in Navy. They need a bit of support at the minute because they're 4 down. They've lost their way a little bit. That's Russell. Obviously got a terrific left foot. And she plays a lovely ball in there. It's been picked up by Ava McCall. And the girl from Kings Court Stars, she looks like a bit of a star playing like that. And there's a goal. Well, they're right back in the game. A little bit of support came in online and they seemed to respond. And it was a great goal. It was Shannon Russell from the Erin's Isle Club in Dublin who played a lovely ball in. Perfect for a forward. Ava McCall had an awful lot to do, but she did it extremely well. 6 points to 1-2. And that was the way to beat the blanket defence. Just let the ball do the work and good forward play one-on-one. Really good goal. This is Harmon. Looking for a bit of movement. Just goes short. Nice Scully now. Back to Harmon. Does a little pirouette but isn't able to get through. They're just passing the parcel at the minute to see if somebody in the end can get a little bit of room. Boland fancies it, and I knew from there the way she was going for it, she could put it over, and she did. They need to tighten up there at TUD because she looked to me very capable of putting it over from there, and she put it over comfortably. 7-1-2, a 2-point lead again for DCU, and a good response to the goal. They go short, and she was just almost inside the D, maybe inside, but got away with it. Very close quarters. Have to be outside the D to receive the ball, and indeed outside the 20. Aisling Ennis coming in with another message. Thank you again. She says, TUD letting DCU players into their half. They need to get tighter. What a goal. That's a good summary. You could do this. TUD trying to build now though. But the goal will give them a bit of confidence. They needn't panic. They were 4 points down, but it shows them that they are capable of getting a goal. It's Murray, the captain, injecting a bit of pace, gives it, gets it again. Drills that down into the corner looking for Ava McCall, and the referee has spotted a foul on her. The management, by the way, TU Dublin, Damien Glynn and Graham Wilson. And for DCU, Connor Hanley, Sam Quinn, who's a third-year student, and Ellen Grant is in there as well. Connor Hanley would have been at the college until this year, but he's still taking the team. Good to see students and ex-students getting involved. So it's TU Dublin in the Navy. Very lively play again. She's been terrific in the opening stages. She wants to get on that left foot all the time. It's a really good left foot, but she's very dangerous. And in the end, that kick is going pretty wildly to the right, so nothing comes off it. It remains a 2-point game. 7 scores for DCU, just 3 for TUD, but one of them, of course, was a goal. It's all gone a bit quiet here at the Dublin Arena. Kick out goes way over to the left side, the stand side here. And it's a successful one in that it reached a DCU player. That's a good ball, and she got out in front as well, Catherine Ahern, but just wasn't able to keep possession. Free for TUD, and there's room here for Bresnan, or no, rather that's Katie Chambers, sorry, 24, I was thinking 23. Ava McCall, now full of confidence after that goal. She might look for it again here. Louise Cohen, and she's fouled. Pretty obvious tug right in front of the referee. They haven't had many chances like this. But a chance here for Russell now, right in front of the goals, just on the D, to bring it back to a 1 point game. Alicia Tobin has left a message supporting all of the girls, and that's gone again to the left, and they're leaving quite a few behind TUD. Just the 2 points scored, just the 3 scores in total, but that's about 3 or 4 that they've dropped short or put wide. DCU's midfielder going short to get possession from the kick out, Shauna Hagan, and that is proving to be a really good tactic rather than just bombing it into the middle and hoping for the best. This is Boland again getting out in front. She's the vice captain of her team. What a peach of a pass, and there's surely a goal on again, and they don't take a goal again, they take their point again. And so they are ticking it over. That's 8 scores now for DCU. No goals, but I make that at least 3 times. They have had a sighting. It was all about the pass, super pass. And that is the way to get in behind. Aisling making another interesting tactical point. You see TUD are slowing down their momentum. They need to keep that pressure on DCU as they are known to run circles around TUD. Well, not too much sign of that so far, but I take your point, there is a bit of it. TUD playing a very cagey game, and they have definitely relied on that goal to keep in touch so far. And here is DCU, not quite running circles, but certainly playing very confidently and beautifully taking score as well from Niamh McCorry, the girl from Butler's Bridge in Cavan, having a great season with the county and with the college. That takes it to 9 points to 1-2. And we're back to a 4 point lead for Dublin City University. Their forwards really finding their range. 9 scores now to 3. Attention required now for Ava Peake, the girl from Raheny. Same club as the number 8 for TU Dublin. That's Sophie Kinnan, but I'm not sure she's on the field because I haven't mentioned her yet, so I haven't seen number 8. And there's half time. Well, that flew by. 9 points to 1-2 it is for DCU in the Dublin Derby. And cagey at times, but at other times very good football. A lot of talent out there, a lot of good play as well. And it's DCU in the ascendancy for most of the half. They were pegged back by a goal, but they've extended their lead once again to lead at half time. 9 points to 1-2. We'll be back with the second half, and looking at the way the players are going, well, definitely one team has gone into the dressing room, so probably 6 or 7 minutes time we'll be back right here. Welcome back for the second half here at the Dub Arena. Game just started about 15 seconds. DCU in the yellow, leading by 9 points to 1-2. And if you want to see the goal from the first half, I've put it up on the Ladies Football Twitter feed there, and it'll be going up as well on the Instagram if I can manage that as well. Really good goal by Ava McCall from Cavan. Now here is the number 24, Katie Chambers, doing well for TU Dublin. Will he play with a little bit more ambition in the second half, I wonder? That's Russell. And that pass just didn't stick, and DCU have won it back, and indeed they're going to get a free out. So yeah, TUD a little bit cautious in the first half, but for the goal they would have been a long way behind. They're still in touch, but they can't afford to get any further back. DCU with their tails up, and this girl here showing great pace every time she gets the ball, Meghni Scully, and she is bombing down the right hand side, and she made a lot of ground there and has forced TUD right back. And DCU owning the ball at the minute and owning this Dublin derby in the AIG Ireland Moynihan Cup final. Obviously getting a little bit darker here in Dublin. I can see Cave Hill, or in Belfast rather, I can see Cave Hill in the background, and that kick has, very unfortunate, and it might end up in a goal. A tackle came in from the right hand side just to stop Meghni Scully there when she was about to pull the trigger. And it's that girl with the ball now who made that challenge. That was a very effective and timely challenge for TU Dublin. Unlucky for DCU not to get a point, and then unlucky not to get a goal. That would have put real daylight between the teams. TU Dublin at the other end with Russell might get a score. It spills, but there's still a chance there. 13 is Ciara O'Malley. It gets a good dig on it, but it's spun off to the right and wide. Only the 2 points scored in the whole of the first half by TU Dublin, and they definitely need to improve that situation. But it's DCU playing the better football at the minute. Caitlin Rose Doherty not wasting time putting it in there. And a collision between three players has ended up in TUD surviving there. And there's their 23, Anya Bresnan, back to help out, and a free awarded to them. Challenge coming in, but Ciara O'Malley stayed very calm there. Galway girl did well under pressure from Riley. This is McCall, the goal scorer. Now the ball driven into the full forward area in front of the forward, and it's Shannon Russell. Spins off to her right. Good tackle came in, but she keeps possession. She really is elusive. You know, she always wants to get onto the left, and so unlucky, came off the crossbar. She was definitely going for a point, but would have taken a goal. She is a super player and doesn't need to be asked twice to pull the trigger with that left foot. Three players around her, and she still got the score, or rather got the kick away. DCU at the other end. Well, we could have had a goal at either end. This is Harmon from Tinahely. Feeds it back out. Now the run comes in, and that's gone to the right when it looked like it was sure to go over the bar instead of under. Now the goalkeeper is Eva Canty from Fingalians. Doesn't seem to have many options, so she's going to have to go long. The press was good from DCU, and they're going to get the ball very comfortably from the kick out as well, and they might get a score as well, because Anya Smith now is driving through the middle, and this is a very impressive run. Oh, it was nearly a very impressive goal. She pulled the trigger just to the left there. The girl from Crusher Lock nearly crushed through the whole defence there and got what would have been a brilliant goal. Very, very unlucky, and would have put daylight again, would have put 7 points between the teams. TUD living a little bit dangerously at the moment. A couple of goal chances, and you think they need to maybe make a change, maybe up in the sideline. I wonder, are they going to bring anybody else on, or what are they going to do, because at the minute they're just about hanging in there. But these games can turn quickly. We had a game this afternoon where UL were leading by 9 points, and within minutes they were level. They did end up winning after extra time, but it was a close thing. But 2 goals and 3 points in succession for the opposition, and the game turned on its head. The midfielders combining here for DCU, Shauna Hagan and Anya Smith. This is Smith again. She's obviously got a good right foot, and they're trying to get on it, but it's fed out instead to Hagan again. Harmon now getting involved, but a good hand in, and it came from Bresnan for TU Dublin, but still managed to not to get possession, and it's a free for DCU. Just outside the D. Will it be the first score of the second half? We've had a lot of incident and a lot of ball around the goal area, but no scores until now. And there it goes, 10th point of the game for DCU, and they lead by 5. Now we are going to have a substitution, and it's TUD indeed making a change. Now, you know, I've had my problems trying to follow numbers, so I hope I follow this one okay. 13 looks to be going over. Is she going off? For TU Dublin, that would be Ciara O'Malley. She was the captain last year, and yeah, she is being replaced. Didn't quite pick up the player coming on just yet. Haven't seen her number yet, but give me a minute. This is Charlie Murray, captain of TUD, battling hard for the ball, and I think that's going to be a hot ball. Just checking again on the live chat on YouTube to see what you're all saying there. And there's sister support from Robin Murray, says go Charlie for her twin sister. Well, she was going very strongly there and is involved trying to get the ball back, but DCU in the ascendancy, and they have won it from the hop and might get a score as well. That's a mighty effort, and that is a close one. Oh, he's given it wide, and that was hard to tell from my angle, but obviously where he is, he's got the best angle, and no score. So TUD again living dangerously. Aisling Ennis making the point again. Once again, easy access for DCU. TUD trying their best, but they're just not really taking the game to DCU as much as they might. But they've made a change. They are trying. Easier said than done. This is a impressive DCU team, to be fair. Now they tried the long kick pass, but it doesn't work. It's well fielded instead by Riley from Arva in Cavan. She does well to win that back and supply for her captain, and Doherty with a good quick long kick pass and another good kick pass. Well, that's the way to get in behind. 2 good kick passes. It might end up in a goal, and it goes to the right and goes wide, and DCU threatening once again. It seems only a matter of time before they will hit the target and hit the net, and if they do, it could be game over, because they're already leading by double scores, 10 points to 1-2. TUD can't get going, but that's a brilliant kick out. Good movement and really well found by the goalkeeper Eva Canty. Cohen, the vice captain, who gets it back again now from Katie Chambers. This is well worked, but can they have the finish? It nearly broke down, but Russell's trying to get through, and she's clearly brought down there, and it was the fullback Rianne McGrath. And the referee just strolling over. I'd say he would tick for that challenge, as well as giving the free. Russell trying to get away, and she might have got through for goal, but at this point she'll be happy with a point. It will be TUD's first score of the second half. Much needed. And it is. Another substitution being called. So there's a TUD number 19 out there. That's Kayla Brady, another Cavan girl from Arva Kilishandra. So she's in there. That was a substitution a minute ago for TUD, and now it is a change for DCU. Like number 11 going off, Catherine Ahern from Drumgoon in Cavan. It's all Cavan girls tonight. And a sub as well for TUD, and 24 is going off. That's Chambers, Katie Chambers going off. And the girl who's come on, can't see that number, but there's another change. DCU's number 7, Tori Foster. No, she's not being replaced. She's just moving over to the middle. Tactical. Just for the drill they do here from the kickouts, where they all go to the middle and then spread out. So that's what she was doing. And this is Foster, definitely still on the pitch and doing well as well to win that from the kickout. And a good kickout, or a good kick then, releasing number 10, Caitlin Rose Doherty, the captain, and loads of room. They're trying to get back at her, but she's going fast towards goal, runs into trouble, but she knows what she's doing. She's going to put it back out, and the referee said there was a foul there anyway, so that's as good as a point, you would imagine, from there. And it's going to be Niamh McCorry with an easy chance here, you would imagine. And that'll cancel out the point a minute ago by TUD and keep, or rather restore, the 5-point lead for DCU. It's hard to see where TUD are going to close this gap in the remainder of this game. I think they'll need a goal the way things are going, and they do have forwards who could do it, but they just don't seem to have enough penetration and enough of the ball at the minute, and finishing power as well. They've scored 1 point from a free. That's all in the second half. So they definitely need to up it, and they definitely need football like this, and that is a Super Ball. And it's her again. It's Russell again. It's that left foot again, and she wiggles in and out and gets a drive in, but 4 or 5 DCU players there, and they just outnumbered her, and the block came in the end. And she tried her level best to get in there, but I think it was Kiva Boyle who got the block. She's from Stabannon in Parnells in Louth. She's gone out around the middle of the field, but she came back there and worked hard for her team to get that block. This is Riley now. That's a good ball again. And it's the number 22 for DCU, and that's Aoife Doohan from Cloghanneely in Donegal, and she's still going, trying to get her kick away, but she's outnumbered, and indeed it's going to be a free out. So 11 plays 1-3, 5 in it. That one drilled towards the substitute, Kayla Brady. And she leaves it off. They're looking for movement up ahead, but of course DCU have a +1 or 2 or 3 back there, so they're forced to play it down the line. And you see the respect they're giving to Russell now. They're saying, try if you like from there. They're almost saying you can have a point. So she takes her point. Really stood off her there and almost conceded the point. So it's 1-4 now for TUD, but they were worried about her getting inside, so they don't want her to get near the goal, but maybe a little bit too cautious there, give her too much respect. Kick out goes to Hagan. It's won back though by TUD. Now, can they put a good spell together here and get a few scores in a row, TUD, and make it really interesting coming into the stretch? McCauley got the goal in the first half. Slips it to O'Neill, I think that is. That's from Cavan to Kerry, now to Leitrim. A real spread of counties all over Ireland. And this is Riley from Dromahair in Leitrim. Russell again, throwing the dummy and drawing the free. She does seem to be the one player you would think that might drag them back into it, certainly in that area of the pitch. Shouldn't be a problem for her, and isn't. 2 points for Russell in the second half, 2 points for TUD in the second half. They get it back to a 4-point game. Kick out by Emily Heavey. Manages to get possession short, but serious pressure being applied by Russell on Smith, I think it was. And this is a great press from TUD, really trying hard to stop them getting out, but a little bit too hard. And Boyle got her free and then released it quickly. This is Doherty again. Oh, brilliant running by Harmon. This is great approach play. Oh, it's just dropped over on that far side for DCU, but they will keep going. It's a bit of a surprise for me. They haven't scored a goal yet, DCU. Could still do, and I think if they do, it'll be game over. And And a strong drive through a number of players draws another free for DCU. So they won't get a goal on this occasion, but they'll be happy just to keep the points ticking over. A 12th point would make it a 4-point game again. At the minute it's 3. Feel free to leave me a message on the live chat. There's a big audience on there watching the game. As Niamh McCorry lines this one up and converts. I think we're going to have another substitution. We are. DCU making another switch. Now, where's this one going? And who's coming on? 5 going off for DCU. That's Riley. And the player on is somewhere around the middle. Trying to see the jersey to get the number for you and follow the play at the same time. As it breaks for DCU from the kick out, they get possession again and they will come forward with Anya Smith. And this is a substitute, the 22 Brady. Those are 2 Cavan girls combining. They've lots of Cavan girls out there. That is 22 Brady. We come across to another Cavan girl. It's Anya Smith from Crusher Lock. This is Boland. She's Meath and puts it in there, and there's a goal chance here if she can get a connection, and she's blasted it wide. How did that not go into the net? Trying to work out the substitution for you. I'm being pointed towards Ellen Canavan, number 4 for DCU, has come in. I thought it was somebody else. I thought maybe she wasn't in. I think it's the player over the far side. Anyway, TUD come looking for another score, and there's a little bit of room here. They should take their point. It would be their first from play in the second half, but it's well to the right and goes wide. And TUD at the minute not looking like they are really going to turn this around, I have to say. There's a bit of treatment required here. The referee indicating there was I think a kick, maybe an accidental kick, but a TUD player requiring a bit of treatment. Time for me to impress you with the statistics from the event programme. 2,200 players this year playing ladies football at this level. 67 teams. Seems to be growing every year. Very impressive. 36th year of these finals being played. And it is the Moynihan Cup final. Won for the first time in 2016 by Garda College. Beat UCD. UCD won it. St Mary's Belfast won it. DKIT, MTU Cork, DKIT again in 2023. And last year ATU Sligo won it. So it's going to be one of these Dublin colleges who have never won it before. Looks like DCU at the minute. 12 points to 1-5. 4-point lead for DCU. And they're getting a free at the end of all that. You see the number 9 going over. Anya Smith. If there's going to be a hop ball, but is it a hop? I think it's a free. So it looks like TUD really need to get something in the next few minutes to make it interesting at the end. He just can't seem to bridge the gap. It is a hot ball. So Smith is over there, and that's why she was there. But on the break, the TUD player got in extremely well. We've got players over on this far side, but they didn't want to risk that sort of kick. Now they play it in towards the sub Brady, who came in, and she does really well in front of her player and does well to keep possession and puts a lovely ball out to this side as well. That was really good play. Maybe not noticed too much. It's not the glamorous stuff, but it was important to win that. She gets it again now. That's a 22 actually for TU Dublin, and that's Grace Crotty. And there's an effort from way over on the left, but it's gone wide at the end of all that. They need a finish or two to go over the bar. They don't have the end product at the minute. Yes, 22 for Dublin, just to re-emphasise, is Grace Crotty from Niamh Olaf. So she's in there. I see 22. I think it was 22. Oh, that's great play. Can she get it? Nearly got it there. Bridget Riley on the break. Instead, DCU survive and get a free. DCU over on the stand side now with possession here at the Dub Arena in Belfast, and that's transferred right down into the corner. And that's a good ball, and she's got possession as well. That's Aoife Doohan. They're 22. And they're going to feed this over to Shauna Hagan. The Longford girl swings at it. Has it gone over? Oh, it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. Well, neither team really impressing at the minute, I have to say. Lots of endeavour, but it's almost a struggle to get over the line, it seems. 26 is going off. No, she's not. DCU have made 2 changes. Number 10 is going off. Is that the captain, Doherty? She is, and I can't see the other number. Way over on that far side. It may be 15. 2 changes for DCU. So they realise they need something to push to get over the line in the closing stages as well. So they've sent in fresh legs. And they're going right through the middle. They get bottled up but still manage to release it. And that's a dangerous looking ball. If she can get her hands on it, that's brave play, that's super play. And she leaves it off. And the shot drops into the keeper's arms. As I said, neither team really playing with any real conviction at the moment. So the game still very much up for grabs. And that clearance was nearly intercepted. It really is anybody's, even though DCU had that 4-point lead, but you feel DUD are capable of going up and getting the goal, especially with Russell there. They've left her right up on her own, but if they can get the ball to her, she's capable of getting a goal, and then we have a really good finish. DCU working extremely hard, getting their players back, and that was a good kick pass, and they have found Russell quite a bit from goal though, and you know she's going to go on her left and she's going to drop the shoulder and spin and do all sorts of tricks, and she's still going, and she does offload it, but blown in the end for over carrying. And I have to say, I think that's the right decision. Eventually she did try to release it, but just took a little bit too much out of it. And the referee holding play up again. I thought there was another sub coming in. Not long left, maybe in the last 10 I would imagine. Nicely taken. That's an important win. And it was Cohen, the vice captain. She stepped up so many times in this game, and that could lead to a score. It was a really good interception and catch by her, and the boot swung and it goes over the bar as well. And it was Ava McCall with a great score. As I say, that came from Cohen, the Galway girl, and was finished by the King's Court girl at full forward, and that gets it back to a 3-point game, and it just could be the spark that TUD need. Kick out is looking for Tori Foster, and she takes it brilliantly. Another excellent piece of individual play, stepping up and taking the possession. DCU looking for a score, and there's a foul there. Now it's a fair distance out, but at least they have changed the momentum a little bit. And is that McCorry, I think, coming over to take it? She's certainly capable from there. And this will just put it out to 4 points again if she can get it over the bar from there. But certainly not a gimme. She's going to steal a yard or two and swing it high, but is it accurate? Oh, it's gone to the left. Actually, it could have dropped anywhere, but has dropped wide. Remains 12-1-6, 12-9. 3 in it. It's tense here in the Dub Arena in Belfast when this Dublin derby is going down the stretch. That's good fighting by Anya Smith to win it back for DCU against her opposite number 9, Riley from Leitrim. And there's a good kick in. Oh, it's not a good kick in. Again, it's dropped into the keeper's arms. DCU, well, if they're caught here at the end by a smash and grab, they'll really only themselves to blame, to be honest. That's an interesting ball. It's taken out a lot of the DCU players. Another kick pass, but that one has not, because it's gone straight to the 26, I think that is, for DCU. Don't think I've mentioned her yet, but that is Elise Jameson Murphy for DCU. Let's see what happened earlier on, actually, when Johnny told me the 26 was Duffy. I was looking at 26 for TU Dublin, and he gave me the 26 for DCU. So it must be Hazel Brady's the 26 for TU Dublin that wasn't in the programme. Finally got that sorted out. 22 is Brady. Boland now for DCU. As they come forward, looking for a score to just give them a little bit of insurance. There's just a 3 in it at the minute, but they're pressing and pressing. TUD very patient, sitting in there. 14 players behind the ball, but still there's room here for Hagan, for DCU, and they might get a point, should get a point, but it's blasted to the right and it's wide, and she put her hands to her face. She knows that was a great opportunity and she just sliced it wide. Remains that 3-point game. It's a 1-score game. If TU Dublin can get up and get a goal here, we really have game on. The referee indicating something to the kicker. He's waiting maybe for a substitution. No, we're going to play on. Here we go. That's well met by the substitute Brady. So is there drama in the Dublin derby at the end? TU Dublin pressing and probing now, getting their players forward. They got a great goal in the first half. Oh, she's pumped that in there high. That's a hit and hope if ever there was one, and she's got in behind as well. Crowded out, but there's still a chance here for TU Dublin. They've got a player over this side. There's lots of players from DCU back there, and the referee has indicated, I think, a free in. And indeed it is. And of course it's going to be Russell, and she, I think, will be happy with a point at this stage. The referee says, come on in a little bit closer. Makes it even easier. Is she going to be tempted to go for a goal? I doubt it. We're not quite at that point yet. So it's a 2-point game. 12 plays, 1-7. It's tense. And now a goal, of course, would win it for TU Dublin. And that would be a bit of a surprise. They've played a cagey game, but if they won it by a goal right at the end, they would say it was all justified. Kick out goes short, and she steps inside the D there, but the whistle wasn't for that. It was for the challenge on Kiva Boyle. So it's a free for DCU. TU Dublin pressing as high as they can, but fouling. That's a little bit close quarters. The referee lifted his whistle. I thought he was going to blow for that being too close, but instead the play goes on. 22, Aoife Doohan, and she's got a free. Been a lot of frees in this game, but you're going to expect that in a derby game, I expect. Now Boland on the right hand side trying to restore the 3-point lead. She's capable. She's gone all the way down the right, but she's having to come back inside, and eventually it's blocked down and TU Dublin win it. And then a really tough challenge. That's going to be a free in. That is going to be a free in, a golden opportunity for DCU to put it out to 3 points again. That could be a real turning point in this game. Feel free to leave a message there as we get near the end on the live chat on YouTube, and maybe give me your contender for player of the match. And indeed it goes to a 3-point game. 13 plays, 1-7, 13-10. TUD still needing a goal either way. And the kick out. Oh, who's going to win this? Beautifully taken by Anya Smith. There's a contender for player of the match. Midfield partner Hagan. They're looking to extend now to 4, but a brilliant block. Super block by the unknown TUD number 26. Well, actually I think it's Hazel Brady at this point, to be fair, and she did extremely well there. But a chance of a score here for DCU, looking for 2 in a row and looking to take it out to 4 points and just give them that insurance. But another desperate block as TUD try to stay in this game and try to contain, but in the end the score is still not coming. Kick came in, but it goes to the left and goes wide. And the longer it goes like this, you think there's still a chance, because it's a 1-score game. If TU Dublin get up the field and get a goal, we're level. There is still that chance. It's a 1-score game, not 2. But DCU win it again from the kick out, and they're doing brilliantly here to keep possession and keep the press on. That was Duffy, the number 26 Elise Jameson Duffy from the Fianna, who won that from the kick out. And this is Tori Foster. And she's striding through the middle, and that's Boyle now taking it up. DCU pressing, trying to get a score, but they've given it away, and TUD Dublin have just been waiting for the chance, but it's too late because that's the final whistle, and DCU have won the Dublin derby. They've done just enough. They kept their city rivals at bay throughout the game and just had more scores on the boards, more points on the board rather at the end. No goals, but 13 points to 1-7. And although the threat was always there from TU Dublin, they just couldn't get close enough, and DCU kept the scoreboard ticking. And in the end, they have prevailed in this AIG Ireland Moynihan Cup final to win it for the very first time. They were in the final for the first time, and they've won it for the very first time. As their captain was telling me last week, Caitlin Rose Doherty from Buncrana in Donegal. So the Donegal girl will be getting her hands on the trophy, which we hope to see presented here on the pitch shortly enough, although I'm sure it will take a little while for the presentation to be organised and for the player of the match to be announced, as well as the cup being presented. I'm wondering, did any of you send me in a contender for player of the match? I'd be interested who you think. Cian and Gallagher says number 14 for DCU, Ali Boland. Well, she did have a good game, there's no doubt about that. I'm not sure she was a player of the match, to be honest. Edel Kelly says, come on, the Kilconnelly women, Louise Cohen and Ciara O'Malley for TUD, doing the parish proud. Well, they both did, certainly, but it's ended in disappointment for their team. I don't see any particular urgency for the player of the match award. I see the plinth over on the far side. It's going to take a while to bring that one over, so I'll go through my players of the match, and then you can give me yours if you like on the live chat there, who you think. I suppose it's going to come from DCU as they won the game, but for TU Dublin they had a lot of excellent performances. Louise Cohen, the vice captain in particular, for me was very good. Bridget Riley, excellent. Shannon Russell was their standout player in the forwards over the whole game, but Ava McCall got that brilliant goal in the first half, proving to be the only goal of the game. And a nice shot down on the sideline there. And the dog as well, a very keen spectator. Niamh McCorry going back to the DCU players celebrating in the middle. So for DCU, who would be their player of the match? Tori Foster was good, Kiva Boyle was good, Riley was good, the whole half-back line played very well. Anya Smith from Crusherlock to me was terrific in the middle of the field. And up in the forwards, well, Eva Harmon was very prominent in the early stages. Boland did have a good game too. Niamh McCorry, good shout too. So I'd say it's between the two Cavan girls. I'd go for McCorry or Smith, and possibly leaning towards Smith for her work rate around the middle of the field. They had a great midfield. Tara Mullins has just messaged, well done Ellen Canavan, star player from Four Masters in Donegal at number 4 for DCU. So the captain from Donegal and also the number 4 for DCU. Now I thought the plinth was going to be brought over here, but it's actually over the far side, so I don't know if we are going to get a good shot of this presentation or if it's going to happen anytime soon. This is what happened in the last game. We have a bit of time before somebody goes over and brings them over to the presentation. So in the meantime, I'm afraid you have to listen to me trying to find something to say while they get there. It's been a long day as it is. 3 finals. First at midday, and here we are now at 7:15. Yes, I see the chairperson over at the plinth, but is there anybody meeting the two together to bring them over? Because it doesn't look like the DCU players or any of their family have any intention of moving over, as is often the case. So it needs somebody to go over and say, do you want to get this cup? I see somebody from Queen's strolling over now. TUD are over by the cup, but at DCU we need. Photographs been taken in there. but no movement towards the cup. Now I'm getting a phone call from the chairperson who's trying to call me for some reason, to make a phone call to me. So I'll maybe remove my headphones and have that conversation privately. You may have heard me there. I was telling them just to hurry up with the presentation, please. We're cold. We're freezing. And I say it's been a long day, but they're going to get underway now. The DCU players all heading over. Don't usually take my headphones off during a commentary to answer a question, but it did come from the chairperson who had a question about the presentation. And at this stage, it's way over on that far side, so we're not going to get a great shot of it, but you'll get the idea, I'm sure, and we'll figure out, hopefully, who the player of the match is as well. So the DCU players making their way over. Any more contenders for player of the match? No? Well, we'll find out in the next minute or two who it is. I'm not able to pick up the audio, but we'll hopefully see who it is, and then see the cup being presented as well. So it's the Moynihan Cup, and Con Moynihan, who it's named after, is over there as well. Cup first presented in 2016. Con is the current vice chair of the HEC. Garda won it the first year. ATU Sligo won it last year. UCD won it. They brought it to Dublin in 2017. It's the only time it has been to the capital. But it's heading there now. So I think the speeches are maybe underway. And we'll maybe be able to see who the player of the match is. I'm not sure. Maybe we won't. We're a bit far away from it, but let's see. Actually, we're not picking up anything, so this is a little bit pointless. I think we're not even going to be able to see who the player of the match is. Can we go in any further? No? Don't think we can. Maybe. No, maybe we'll be able to manage. See just who the player of the match is at least. Sorry about this, but we're quite a distance away from it. They did tell me they were going to bring the plinth over and have the presentation over here, but clearly a change of plan. So I imagine at this point they'll be thanking the sponsors and the officials and both teams for a super game. And then hopefully we'll pick up the presentation and work out ourselves which DCU player has been called forward. The captain will be called forward, of course, to collect the cup, but before that, the player of the match. You can see Daniel still talking in the middle. So any second now, I would imagine they will announce the player of the match. Very keen to find out who it is. I think I was going to Cavan myself. 13 points for DCU, 1-7 for TUD on the big scoreboard over to my right. That sounds like a Player of the Match awards. Now, can we pick up the number? Is it 9? 4? 14? Hold on. What are you trying to say to me?
1 and 3, 13.
1 and 3, 13. So my cameraman saw it and he's holding up 3 fingers and 1 finger. What am I supposed to make of that? 31? 4? 13. Mind you, put the 3 on one side and the 1 on the other, so it was back to front. Looked like 31, but 13. So it is Niamh McCorry. It has gone to Cavan, to Butler's Bridge. And the county player this year for Cavan, Niamh McCorry, has won Player of the Match with DCU in the AIG Ireland Moynihan Cup final. And now you will see another Ulster girl, Caitlin Rose Doherty from Buncrana in Donegal, coming forward to collect the cup. In fact, she's probably making a speech now, is she? Has she already got the cup? I think she has. She has. I think we'll leave it there because we're not really getting much else for you, but now you've seen the Player of the Match and you've seen the captain in getting the cup. So we're going to wrap it up here from the Dub Arena. 3 live streams today. We'll do it again tomorrow with 3 more live streams on the Ladies Football YouTube channel. Join us then. But for now, from a very cold Dub Arena, it's good night.